Hey, greetings. It's me, Dr. Paul Gerhardt, professor at City University. And today I wanted to talk about mission, vision, and strategy. And there's a lot of things that we could be talking about as it relates to mission, vision, and strategy. But I wanted to give you some things to think about as you grow as a leader. And I know many of you watching this video already have some amazing leadership experience. And so I want to bring you back to the basics, and I ask that you consider where you are with your belief systems and see how you can apply what I have to share to take your leadership abilities to the next level. So let's talk a little bit about mission statements. Some of the most successful people in the world have a personal mission statement. I remember hearing a story by Dr. Stephen Covey where he was talking about when he was doing workshops in hotels, and he would try to stay at the same chain of hotels no matter what state he was visiting. And he noticed that every time that he visited a particular hotel, that he got just absolutely amazing above and beyond service, even better than the other hotels in the same chain. And he was commenting on how he needed some new markers for his presentation. And he ran into somebody in the hotel, and they said, "Oh, my goodness. Well, Dr. Covey, I'll just go and get those for you. Don't worry about it." And when he ran into someone in the hallways, the people who were cleaning the rooms would say, "How is your stay? Is everything good? Is there anything I can do for you?" You know, just kind of above and beyond type service. Well, he was really impressed with the service that he got. And so he wanted to leave a comment with the manager. And he says, "You know, manager, I've visited several different hotels of the same chain, but yours is above and beyond, absolutely, clearly the best in the whole chain. What's the deal here?" And the manager said, "Yeah, we used to have a real problem. And we decided that we were going to have a meeting. We came together. We looked at what was important to each individual. And then we talked about success, and we decided to come up with our own mission statement, one that represented us within the company. And we still have the corporate mission statement, but we have our own personal mission statement. And we put that personal mission statement together based on what we as a team, our whole team here at this hotel, decided would inspire us to give and be our very best." And so I like that story a lot, because if you really think about it, it's that clarity that comes from a mission statement that really creates success for organizations. And as you can see here on the screen, I really think that we each need to be very, very clear on our own values and what our goals are, and come up with our own mission statements, things that inspire us to be our very best. So the slide says that a powerful document that expresses your personal sense of mission and meaning in life, it acts as a governing institution by which you evaluate decisions and choose behaviors. And it really is interesting that if you really think about the very nature of being human, is we take things to our own edge. You know, I will never rob a bank because it's against my values. And values are really important. And if I want to work for an organization, they need to be in alignment with my own values and my own personal mission. And unless I know myself truly, I got to have that clarity, what's important to me. I could just go and work for any organization and try to be happy, and hopefully luck out that they'll have enough in common with their mission that it works for me too. So being very, very clear on what's important to you individually can help you clarify, the decisions that you're going to make even better. But the same thing works for organizations too. So let's take a look at some sample mission statements from some famous organizations. So some of these have changed. Probably all of these have probably changed. But if you think about it, a long time ago, Pepsi had the mission statement, beat Coke. Honda, we will crush, squash, and slaughter Yamaha. Nike, crush Reebok. BECU, to join together persons with a common bond into an organization that provides a balanced program of quality, savings, loans, and other services. Sony, become the company most known for changing worldwide poor quality image of Japanese products. So anyway, you could read these on your own, maybe pause the screen if you really wanted to look at these. But if you think about what a mission statement truly does, it helps clarify what an organization does. Let's talk about the benefits. So, some of the benefits of a mission statement: encourages you to think deeply about your life. It helps you examine your innermost thoughts and feelings. It clarifies what is really important. It expands your perspective. It imprints self-determined values and purposes firmly in your mind. It provides direction and commitment to values. It enables you to make daily progress towards long-term goals when connected to daily and weekly plans. And it provides the first or mental creation of your desired results. So, putting things in writing as a reminder helps create focus. And you've probably seen me say it before, but where we put our focus, that's where we get our results. If you are in a class and you're not giving your best, or you're not really focusing, or you're just kind of showing up every once in a while and going through and doing the bare minimum, you're probably not getting much out of the class. But if you're engaging deeply and you're putting your focus into really studying to learn and really reflecting on what other people are saying, you're probably getting a lot more out of whatever class it is that you're taking. So where we put our focus, that's where we get our results, and that's what a mission statement does. It helps you achieve the results that you want. So you have to really ask yourselves questions like, what things do I want to have that I feel are important? And if you are on the leadership team of an organization, you ask yourself that from an organizational perspective. Same thing, what am I about? You're probably not going to see Starbucks selling motor oil, for instance, or automobiles. It's not that kind of company. So really being clear about where you are in the marketplace if you're an organizational leader, and what do you need to do to accomplish that mission, help you stay on focus. What legacy do you want to believe? If you think about it, if you really start things, talking about Stephen Covey, beginning with the end in mind, and if you want to be known for customer service, maybe something about excellent customer service that clarifies what excellent customer service looks like in your mission statement, for example. If you want to be the best educational company, what does that look like? How can you clarify what the best looks like? So you kind of have to be clear with how you say things. So you can do that by making a list of things that you want, that you feel are important. I put here, note your haves may be tangible possessions. So that's a personal mission statement. And identify the 5 most important items. So when you do activities to help you create a mission statement, you think about how many things you want to mention, what really is important. I like to use the philosophy of, if I was on a boat and I had to throw stuff off the boat to stay afloat, how would I prioritize things? So that's where we prioritize things, that's where you get your results. I like to use the example in academia. If you don't prioritize due dates or assignments, and then you throw things together, you're probably going to get a grade that's related to doing not very good quality, So where we put our focus, that's where we get our results. So here's some tips about putting together a personal mission statement or a mission statement for your organization or for your team. They should be timeless. They should not contain goals. They should answer what principles of which you operate. They should be permanent no matter what the situation is. They should deal with the ends, what we are about, and the means, how we go about it. They're not dream statements. They must be ideal with the means. Must not just be value statements. They should represent your very best. Should challenge and motivate you. Should deal with all four of our needs: living, learning, loving, and leaving a legacy. Should dealing with all roles of your life. They should inspire you. I think that inspiration is really important, because inspiration is what moves us to take action. You should provide direction and purpose in your life. And if you think about these are like personal mission statement things, but the same thing goes when you're building, an organizational mission statement. Help clarify purpose for employees in the organization. Should provide comfort and security, and should communicate your values and your vision. So let's get into this a little bit deeper. When you look at mission and vision and strategy and their relationships, the mission really is about the why, your organization's purpose. The vision is the desired future state, or the what. And then finally, the strategy is the how, the path or the plan to achieve the vision in light of the mission. So you can't get to New York if you don't have a map to get to New York. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a map to Florida, but you're trying to get to New York, you're probably not going to stay on tack or on your path. I like to use the analogy of if your grandmother passes down her famous apple pie recipe and you follow it exactly the way that she has written it, because she's tested it over and over again and she knows it works. If you follow that recipe, you'll get the taste of her apple pie. That's strategy. So really being able to take a look at how mission, vision, and strategy works. You do that with goal alignment. You've got to do things that build confidence for your employees. Employees have got to be motivated, and leaders have to be motivated to constantly stay on track with the mission and vision and strategy. And they have to have clear understanding, and that's what that shared meaning really is all about, is everybody has got to be on the same page. So consider these discussion points. From what really works, relentless focus on clear and aligned strategy. Consider your team. Do you know your mission, vision, and strategy? Are they clearly aligned? So, as a leader, you truly have to have people that are on the same page. All team members, we're talking about leading teams. Everybody has to recognize why they're there and what it is that needs to be done. And the high performance teams, as we know, has every employee focused. There's high levels of trust, and they have everybody's back. They make sure that everybody is being successful. So it's not about the me, it's all about the we, in other words. So in order to do that, it really takes an excellent leader to align people, help support people, and make sure people are doing the right things at the right time. And that's where leading and influencing comes in. So if you really think about what makes a good team, it really is about the leader helping members or team members do the right thing. And you do that through influence, because they're not robots. You can't make people do anything. People have got to want to do what they do. And they do that when you know how to influence them. And influence really is about altering people's beliefs or behavior. Right? It's really about understanding what's important to people. And once you do that, you have what we call power. So let's go over power a little bit. Essentially, there are 6 bases of power, and those are informational, expertise, goodwill. Those are in the personal area. From the positional perspective, this is what you get from your job. You get authority, reward, and then discipline. And so you have to use your bases of power effectively. If you abuse your power, you discipline all the time when you could be coaching, when you could be praising, you could be damaging your positional power. So how you say things matters the most. Relationships are fragile. One of my favorite sayings from Maya Angelou, people don't always remember what you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. And so good leaders, instead of looking for reasons to beat people up, try to find ways to lift people up, inspire people, learn from mistakes rather than feel like they have to hide mistakes. So basically, your positional power bases, your authority, that's what the company gives you. You have the right to direct people and tell them what to do. You also have the power to reward people. When you see people doing the right thing, praise that. Make things like bonuses achievable and realistic. And when things don't go right, try to discipline people in a way that will always be seen as fair. But gosh, if you have an organization that sees you as the disciplinarian, you might be creating a higher job turnover, or making a situation where people will give their hands and their feet, but they won't give their hearts and their minds. So really be thinking about how you wield power. Personal power bases, you gain these through information, and working on a master's degree or a graduate degree, you gain more informational power that you can help communicate to your team members. A lot of different ways to get informational power. Same thing with expertise. I give power to people who fix my computers and my cars because I don't have that kind of expertise. Each of your team members have different areas of expertise. Are you utilizing them properly? And then there's something called goodwill, how your team members feel about you. And so you earn trust, and every action or inaction, those are things that your employees and coworkers are judging you about. And they're either giving you goodwill or taking goodwill away from you in that personal bank account. So you got to have balance of power. Use your power properly. Know what power to pull out, just like a tool. Know who has the right kind of power, and then focus it on the goals. And so that's what the mission really should be about. So consider these things as you reflect on this lesson. What power bases do you rely on? Which would you like to develop or cultivate? Remember, where we put our focus, that's where we get our results. So if you know that there are 6 basic bases of power, the more that you have, the more effective you can be. And how do power and influence affect goal attainment? And that's the thing about any organization. There are lots of goals that need to be accomplished. So We are at the 20-minute mark, and again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. I hope that you've enjoyed this presentation, have taken something away to reflect on, and even more important than that, I hope that you have a great day, because only you get to choose how you feel about it. I'm Dr. Paul Gerhardt.